both of them disappeared. So I'm pretty sure we're not starting yet. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a round restart. As we see JW stood still going, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But
yeah, which is quite weird because they did buy the nades and stuff, so...
Yeah, because it looked like they were planning it, and then I think they've just gone for a restart. But
yeah.
Talking about JW, this is kind of the map that he's famed for going crazy aggressive where that AWP in apartments.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it too often from him lately, and we haven't seen him setting the world apart because basically all his teammates have stepped up as well. What do we take from the likes of JW lately?
I mean, the thing is, when he first started doing his shenanigans overall, people had a very hard time to counter that. Nowadays, people know
it almost.
Yeah, they know that the two places that he likes to push, which is apartments, and it's also standing in boiler with the mag 7, right? They know that, so then they're ready for it, and then it becomes extremely hard for JW to actually, you know, get something out of it. So then, in reality, then it's better to perhaps maybe not do it as often, maybe once or twice every game, instead of doing it 6 or 7 rounds every day, right? And especially versus a team like Na'Vi, there's no point in pushing versus Na'Vi because they always play so slow. So like, unless you have a really good spawn with the AWP and you want to push and get the initial pick, that's fair enough. But if you're low buying and you buy a mag 7 and you decide to push, you're probably not going to have a good time because you won't actually see anyone.
Yeah, and of course, we shouldn't forget also the banana defense as well. It's something every team kind of plays differently themselves. They all have their own little style. What are we expecting from Fnatic this time around? It's going to be that it used to be. It wasn't the Olaf Krims combo, was it? That used to go that. I think Flush used to head over the way. Yeah,
I mean, but nowadays Krims known for his very solid B play on Inferno.
Reliable.
Right? Yeah, very reliable. At least getting 2 every single time, and just extremely solid on that bomb site. You will probably see a little bit of aggressive play as well coming in. JW might have a good spawn with the AWP. They do like to have 3 guys on the pistol round on the B bomb site, like to push. We tend to see Pronex there sometimes as well. So, but Fnatic overall, they have a very flexible C design on this map, and you never really know where you might see the respective players. Obviously, Krims will always almost be stationed at B, but Pronex, JW, and Olaf, they tend to rotate quite a bit. So,
getting confused because I can't find the match myself. You're in it though, so it's all good.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep my eye on your screen instead. But we can see Fnatic on the screen there. Can they make it 3 majors? That is the big question on everybody's minds. You know, they were the first to make it 2, but 3, it's possible for them. They are by far the favorites coming into this game.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the way that they've been playing, just basing off of their preparation coming into this tournament, as I was saying prior to the past game, that they haven't boot camped. That's completely fine. They have been spending most of their time just trying to play individually, just trying to get in shape themselves, with the addition of, you know, maybe a few more newly thought out rounds for Pronex, and, you know, he just goes in and says, guys, let's do this.
And we talked about that bootcamp issue earlier on. Obviously, we were talking about how the internet, you know, basically the speeds the internet has helps things out. Looks like we are going to be going live, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. It is the final map of the night. It is, of course, Fnatic versus Na'Vi, and immediately Edward, the Pistol King, manages to find the first shot straight. That's Olaf Meister putting pressure onto B site immediately, but it is double stacked out. JW getting a glimpse towards Guardian in pit, will find his head as well, and that nade could do a decent amount of damage. No armor, remember. I was about to say that, but it was Zeus that it hit. I was expecting C's to be the man that would get tagged out, but instead, it is going to be, once again, a little pick back and forward. 1 kill apiece, B site stacked out.
Yeah, they do have the nades for it, so we'll see a B push here coming from Na'Vi.
Krims on spools, gets himself up the smoke above it. They're not really checking the angle, but he doesn't manage to get the kill, but he buys the time for Fletcher to get himself a double and a triple. Can he make it 4? Has to go for the reload, but he buys enough time. Sees the man with the bomb. JW and Pronex both coming from Banana, already slowing things down, and seized in a real tricky situation. They know that he's tucked in the corner. They only have 3 boxes really to check. They know he can't possibly have headed towards construction as he creeps his way around. Pronex just waiting in barbecue. JW holding the angle. Seized will go down. And it's all really the damage that was done by Flusher.
Yeah, and you saw the tendencies there again for Fnatic on their pistol round. They do like to just have 3 guys stationed at the B bomb site in the beginning, just in case of a rush. Olofmeister ended up going down, but flusha played that round great. Just waiting it off. He didn't start shooting that as soon as he saw the first guy. Yeah, sure, you know, Crims ended up going down with basically no help. But when you have flusha playing, getting 3 headshots like that, then I'm fairly sure that Crims is fine with sacrificing his life for the greater good.
The sacrificial lamb. That's what I was saying. It's like flusha does have a tendency to go over there and clearly working out well. It is going to be another 5-man stack heading up Banana. Olofmeister gets a little glimpse of it, but Flamey will possibly try and lead the charge. Now, a lot of flashes in Navi's hands, so expecting a quick burst from them. But Olofmeister and Crims, you can see they're set up for this. They're set up ready and waiting. Up close. Oh, JW coming around the back. This could cause them real problems. A lot of decoys going out as well, so really trying to sell the bait, but Flamey getting caught out of porch. Olofmeister pops around the corner, manages to get himself a double. flusha comes around. P90 spray down. Working wonders, and flusha another triple for him.
Yeah, and I think the Navi actually misbought there. Some of their players at least must have misbought. Because they didn't have a smoke towards CT spawn. They had all the flashes, they had the Tech-9s, they had the armors. But when you do get the initial 2 frags there, you're not going to be able to cross anyway, because you saw flushes that are just spraying down with the P90 just because there was no smoke towards the CT spawn.
Misbuy perhaps, nerves showing perhaps, Na'Vi 2-0 down, and of course with that force, it will mean they're going to go straight pistols. Now, are we going to see some no-nonsense stuff from Fnatic here? flusha's actually fairly openly pushing. JW is going to get a good look, finds himself seized. Can he make it a second? Doesn't matter. Damage done, and now flusha is going looking. Guardian just around the corner. Flamey's the man that's pushing in apartments. He will manage to find JW with the deagle, but flusha now finds the bomb carrier, and that's going to cause all manner of problems. Crims has pushed around back of him. He's managed to find Edward down in tunnels. flusha not going to close things out here. Flamey with that rescued SMG will get himself a second for the round, but Pronax, ever reliable on balcony, closes out the round. So 3-0, steady start for Fnatic after that pistol round.
Yeah, and that's something you want to do as well. You saw JW playing very aggressive with this SMG the third round, and that's something you want to keep in mind of, because it's actually really smart, because you kept it from the round before. You know that Na'Vi won't have armor, they won't have anything else, it's just a full-on eco. For him to actually start chasing, yeah, getting some extra money in his bank. Yeah, and Crims actually saved it, which I completely agree with. You see here what they're doing. They're pushing, and having SMG at first, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, and when he gets a kill, it's just going to push straight through the smoke, back into, maybe expected him to go for the reload. There's the aggressive JW we know and love in apartments. And this round has been just absolutely decimated, stopped in its tracks, and Na'Vi back to the drawing boards, because they're going to be back to pistols after this one.
Yeah, great opening from Fnatic, just starting to push the first opening round. And I was saying that when Fnatic decided to have 3 guys pushing towards B, having Crims with the SMG there, it works completely fine.
Well, it's all right, JW. Doesn't matter. You got a second chance, and he will manage to find the head of Seized. Edward, the lone man, will manage to get a kill on flusha, but that is all it will be. Fnatic 4-0. Rock steady performance from the current holding champions. Can they make it another? They've got a long way to go. 8 games in total, apparently. It's all they need. That's just the clean run through.
Oh, to win?
Yeah, they've already made it 1. Can they make it 2? We'll see.
Quite possibly. I think that Zeus might have had like a brain DDoS or something that previous round as well. Just jumping through the smoke. He was so far off, bro. Oh, I think so. I had that this morning.
Well, JW
behind quite a bit.
Opening things up. I think we've all been there at times. I definitely have. Now, JW, look how aggressive he's feeling, and when he's landing shots like that, why not? He knows he's up against Tech-9s, and it could be risky when there's Tech-9s, but again, just all smokes this time, no flashes. So even though they've got Tech-9s, they can't rush on through any smokes.
Yeah, yeah, I'm actually not quite sure what... I mean, you can use the smokes just to take over a part of middle, for example, but when you don't have any flashes, at least one.
Oh, there's a dink onto flusha, but he manages to get the spray down Guardian. JW now comes around. He is not missing those shots today, is he? flusha gets himself a second as well. Looking very straightforward for Fnatic. They don't seem to be breaking a sweat in these rounds, and now they've all managed to rescue themselves a couple of Tech-9s as well. But Na'Vi finally going to get that AWP on the board for Guardian. Let's see if he manages to make better use of it than he did before. There's going to be Hopefully no
Crims.
Crims.
I think this is the first time he hasn't upped this game, and it's well needed because right now he hasn't really done that much throughout the first 5 rounds of the game. So getting the up on Guardian now is crucial.
JW is headed over towards B this time. Did try and go for that opening shot, and he's going to make it again. Switching things up, keeping Na'Vi guessing, and that leaves Season Guardian, the lone 2 peeking there. And again, Na'Vi have to slow things down. They lost that man early on, and this is a big problem for them early in the rounds.
Yeah, I mean, especially since Na'Vi likes to play very slow, and losing the first entry there, it's not that great for him. Especially when you do have the op on Guardian, he's the one that's supposed to be taking the duels for you in the beginning here.
And he's trying to get a scope on towards Spools. Nobody there. Olofmeister's switched his position to bounce him. JW's made the rotate. Edwards in Boiler trying to cause problems. He's going to pop out straight towards JW, who's holding the angle, unfortunately. Was getting flashed up, so buys times for Edward to get out, mate. Is this enough of a distraction to pull him away from B-side? Olofmeister's backed himself towards CT spawn, but not left just yet, and I think he just got a glimpse around of Seized, while we see JW holding the angle. Now they know. JW Flusher making the rotate straight down Speedway. Flamey's going to be the first man through. He's going to get a glimpse in there, but not before Crims takes him clean out. Olofmeister pops out, takes Guardian down, sees through the smoke. We'll get one down with a little help from Crims there. But, well, that is about all they're going to get now. Sees left in no man's land, and Olofmeister gets himself another triple kill. 6-0 Fnatic are looking dominant here. It is the CT side. We shouldn't get too carried away with the score. Of course, we did see 11-4 turnaround over, but this is a tactical pause from Na'Vi, and this is what we've seen work many times. Can Zeus's magic pay off?
Yeah, and a lot of teams out there, they use their timeout way too late. Being down only 6-0 now, Na'Vi choosing to use their timeout now, that's great, because it gives them so many more rounds to work with when they can actually talk about it. So basically right now, what will they talk about? Well, obviously the first thing that comes to mind is JW. He's just running around. But from what we've seen so far, he's been out banana, he pushed apartments, and he's also peaked mid. So basically, he's been everywhere. How do you stop that? Well, you either take control of banana a little bit at a time. Use one of the smokes, just take over, you smoke off car, or you smoke off the opening, so you get control of that, just map control. Or you go second mid and you take over one side of the middle. You can even try to peek him towards arch if you want. Use a smoke towards quad, just get some initial map control.
Well, I mean, that's it. You just mentioned the fact that smokes toward quads. They haven't even got into A site. They've not even touched the pit yet.
Exactly.
Pronax is sat there with just 2 kills because he's bored at the back. He's not seeing any action back there right now because they've not been able to get through. The one time they go apartments, well, hey, JW is there once again with his AWP.
Yeah, and one thing to also counter that, so let's say you're thinking, well, JW, he might be pushing apartments this round. You can actually go very fast in apartments. Have 3 guys second mid, one of the guys just waits and flashes in Boiler, the other 2 just rushes apartments trying to get a hold of him.
Well, we'll see what they do. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Round 7 underway. JW going for yet another peek and seemingly has full control of middle. Nobody challenging him. Nobody dare look. He's taken heads off many times, just waiting in that pit. So now we do see Edward and Flamey are in apartments. So they have control of apartments. So maybe Pronax will get tested for the first time in the game so far. JW's made the move. He's got himself into quad. So he's covering off just under tiny balcony, which Anders has coined. it's an interesting name for it. We'll see whether it comes into play. Pronax sees that shot. He's going to pop flash himself out. Does manage to catch Flamey with a flash, but cleverly backed away. But you can see them stacking out. They're all coming this way. Now Flusher's over in CT Arch. Olofmeister and Crims still over on B side. So a lot of pressure on the in-game leader this time as he drops back into pit. JW's got him the cover. He's going to get across in towards site. Flusher moves around as well. Everybody in position, but Zeus will find the first. Pronax in position to get himself a second. Olofmeister on the rotate. Pronax finds a man in graveyard, but he can't deal with the 2. Coming on balcony now, a 2-on-2. The B-site defense. Olofmeister and Crims made their way around. Spray down, not managing to land. Edward's going to get the bomb plant down. This is really the first time they managed to make any dent on the A site. And now the retake. It's going to come. And Olofmeister's not going to be able to work his magic this time around. Edward will find him, and this could be the first round for Na'Vi. Plenty of time for Crims to wait for someone to peek. Will Na'Vi be impatient? Will they look? As he creeps his way around. Oh, that's an easy one on Edward. Now he knows the last man's in pit, but he looks the wrong direction. It was a 50-50 choice. And luckily for Flamey, it works in his favor. 6-1 Na'Vi finally on the board.
Yeah, and that timeout seemed to have worked out. They just took it slow again, but they actually had apartments control this round. And they went in a location where JW's op will not be as effective. You saw him over there on quad, peeking middle, and then by the time they started smoking off, he just Molotov the boiler room and backed up towards the bomb site, and then he just got sandwiched by the Na'Vi players jumping down from pit. So
JW again, though, quite happy to look down mid. No challenge coming, no orbs, just simple AKs. And somebody gonna have some very huge cojones to try and challenge him out right now, because he is landing those shots. Flusher's with him in the support. It was Zeus that was shoulder peeking, but he's going to go back and collect himself the bomb. And again, Guardian this time going to get a little look around there. Edward and Flamey again taking control. And this is what we talked about before, over and overpass. If they find a tactic that works, stick to it.
Yeah.
Because nothing had been working so far in this match.
Yeah, exactly. But you see here, look at the Na'Vi players' HP and compared to Fnatic's. There's a lot of initial damage coming in for the Na'Vi players.
And there's a change. There's a JW creeping into apartments. He's going to flash himself out, and he might actually catch them this time, but the shot doesn't land. Goes for a second cheeky peek. That's a little naughty. And then third flash goes in there, but not able to find it. Drops down, waits for Zeus to come around the corner, but doesn't land the shot. And that's going to cause them problems now, because they're going to start pushing on towards it. Pronak's still on balcony, and the support of Flusher and Olafmeister is there. Pronak still not cleared out of balcony, and that's bought all the time they need. If Flusher gets around perfectly, and Guardian and co just cut down in tracks this time. Fnatic were very much prepared for the second time.
Yeah, they were, and Na'Vi just leaving B completely open, so Olafmeister just decided to rotate back to A very fast on the rotate. And then for Na'Vi, they took quite a bit of time when they actually started pushing towards towards the site. So, and with a good positioning of Pronax in the apartments and JW on the bomb site, there was really nothing they could do. It needs to go a little bit faster when they do decide to execute.
All right, pistols at dawn. Let's see where Na'Vi going to go. It's going to be a speedy rush into a site. JW actually missing 3 shots onto Flamey down the bottom there. And they're actually going to give up a little bit of mid control. Still no shots landed. Just a little tagging back and forth. Guardian taken down to 17. JW, oh, that's the bomb carrier, and he's been smoked off as well. That's just about when things are not going your way, even in a pistol round, that's your luck.
Yeah, I mean, one thing they could do here, they're on a save anyway. Bombs down up mid. Just push B. Get the weapon.
Yeah, you're going to hope that the guy's down to 1, which we can see on the minimap it is. It's just Crims alone. But he's managed to smoke that off. Sit ready and waiting. Oh, look at this. They're all stacked. Triple stack at CT Arch. Yeah. JW, Flusher, and Olafmeister.
It's going to be a party.
This is just going to be a mow down as soon as they come around the corner. No flashes for them, no smokes left. They're just going to run straight into the crosshairs. There's the spray down. Olafmeister triple. Couldn't get cleaner than that.
Yeah, very solid. I mean, again, Zeus, brain DDoS. I'll go